Get it.
Oh, that came in perfect.
I know. Look like a DJ over there.
Yeah, that was straight DJ right there. It came in perfect.
The final word.
I mean, you know, the only thing left is
Victory Monday.
Yeah, it feels good on a Tuesday.
On a Tuesday.
Bird kill.
The final word.
Y'all were in the house. Y'all be sure. Lock in. Check in. Let's go.
Man.
The final word.
Let's go.
Final word.
The final word.
We got a law coming. The final word.
Yeah.
The final word.
Look at that voice, man. We have to chop that boy up.
The final word.
The final word.
The final word.
The final word.
The final word. The final word.
The final word.
Y'all get
The
up in
final
here, man.
word.
The final word. Y'all come on in the house.
In here, man.
They could be in their sleep saying.
Final word.
It's the final word. Game 3 reactions and game 4 preparation. Let's go, man.
The
2 and
final
1.
word.
Yeah.
Final word.
Doing it only like we do it.
Man, wildin' over there, man.
Man, let's go.
Somebody said big game is drinking Kool-Aid.
No.
Why? Cause you're Thursday. Come
The
on,
final
We gonna
word.
get that boy to drink some Kool-Aid, though. One day.
214. Kool-Aid James.
Kool-Aid,
Yeah, baby.
The final word.
Throw the fires up, man, before we go.
Hey, we love that defense, though.
The final word.
Let's go. Come on now. The best part of the week is Tuesday night. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let them wait.
Let them wait.
Baby, I just wanna run it up. Can we check or something?
Run it up, man.
In the field, let up, yeah. When I've been really in the field, let her rush, I let her feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Come on, baby.
Don't need no deals, I make the deal.
Let's
Have
go.
a ticket to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Go get your
Look at you
snacks
checking
in.
that dude, man. Look at you, big.
Time to check us home. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Ah, that's my dog.
Count that too, count it up. Count it up, count it up. Lately, I just
Y'all be sure to share. I seen somebody say the intro. It's time y'all
Sharing,
share.
sharing.
Why the intro is too long for you, just
Greens
share
and
it.
pinks, it's all the
Share it.
same. I still sit and roll my change. Take some losses when I play.
the intro
Charge
too
it to
long?
the game. I'm
Charge
with
it to the
that,
game,
yeah, I'm with T-Black, I'm with
Charge it to
Raven
my
now.
heart.
I'm with that, yeah,
Hey,
I'm
man,
with
we
that,
working
yeah,
behind
I'm
the
with
scenes,
Chuck
too,
now.
man. Y'all gotta be
Still the
patient. We
same, I
working,
switch
dog.
sides,
Come on
now it's
now.
about loyalty.
Charge it to the
Use the
game.
size off for the bag, and that's worth more to me.
Your car.
I mix Nike with designer. You just rock what's on the shelf, and I'm not flipping
Y'all gonna
it.
make me start hitting them buttons early.
Baby girl, it's nothing real as this.
Macking them
Can't trust the soul, I keep a hammer, call it
Too legit.
Too legit.
I've been really in the field, let her rush, I let her feel. Lately, I just wanna
Run it up. Let's go, man. All right, now so big.
Yeah.
What's up, man? Let's go and kick it off, bro.
What's
Cause
up?
you was talking.
I mean, let's
real-
kick it off.
Yeah, you acting like you really want to get it going, bro. So let's
I'm
go.
ready.
Bro.
Oh, yeah, I'm
All right,
ready.
So,
I'm ready
so
for
you
all
know
that
what I'm
smoke.
talking about. Go ahead and kick it
Say
off, bro.
Say,
All right,
I
so
want you, no, I want you to say, and I'm gonna jump right off the top turnbuckle with you.
all right, let's go, bro. We talking about Noah Brown. And you still, yeah, I'm still trying to get you to give my dog his props, man. What's going on with you right now, bro?
I'm
on.
not hating on no Noah Brown, dog. You feel me? I mean, he's doing his thing. He's the leading receiver right now with the Dallas Cowboys. Okay, so I can't be hating on him like that. He's the leading receiver. He's leading the team with 213 yards receiving. I think he's got like 16 or 17 catches. He's like one catch behind CD Lamb. So he's doing his thing. He made big catches in that Giants game, right? He's doing his job. So I can't hate on him. I'm not sitting there saying, but are we sitting there saying he's a bona fide number 2 right now? Is that what we're saying right now in the NFL? Noah Brown is a bona fide number 2 receiver in the league. Now, he said he was going to make it up from last year. He said he had the opportunity last year, and he said himself, I had the opportunity, and I dropped the ball, and I wasn't going to let that happen this year. And he's doing everything that he said he was going to do from last year. So, you know what? I can eat crow on Noah Brown. I can sit there and apologize to everybody that said Noah Brown is not going to be that guy. I don't know if he's still a number 2 out there, okay? But he's looking damn good for the Dallas Cowboys. So shout out to Noah Brown. Keep it up because you have come in big in these games for the Dallas Cowboys.
That's good enough.
That boy good. He said he can eat some.
That's good enough for me. Clap it up, goddamn. Clap it up, man. Let me hit the clap, man. Y'all clap that. If you get that out of big, you just take it.
Give me a clap.
You take it. You don't try to get no more than that. You just take it what that boy just gave you right there. That boy good. That boy good. All right.
Hey, because I had to eat crow this morning. I was like, man, come on, I'm grabbing the beak, man, the feathers and everything. I didn't even cook the crow. I just ate the crow with the feathers and everything. Noah Brown out here. Did you see him climb the ladder to go catch that ball?
Man.
Yeah, man.
He played so good, I had to pinch myself, and I said, damn, maybe boss man, not boss man, I'm calling you boss man, boss cowboy, but maybe you is the boss man at this point. Boss cowboy,
Hey, I am.
right?
I kind of am, bro.
Maybe he is Noah Carter, Brown.
Wait, look at God. Hold on, cover Lord. Cover. What is it? What
He got
Let's see. Come on now.
He got the best hands on the team. Who got the best hands on the team?
Yeah, I'm seeing Chris Carter-ish.
Do that again. Thank you. Don't do that. Now we gave you I gave you your flowers. Don't go there.
He haven't dropped the pass yet.
Carter-ish.
He haven't dropped the pass yet, though. He haven't dropped the pass yet.
Say.
But you gotta he hasn't dropped the pass yet, but we gotta also understand Cooper Rush ain't got no strong ass arm.
So you saying he throwing real catchable balls? You going too far?
I am saying that.
You going too far, big. You going too far, bro.
You can't sit there and tell me Cooper Rush throws a hard ass pass. He throws a catchable ball, a super catchable ball. Except that one where he threw, it was in the end zone. Noah had to kind of reach up to get that. That was amazing. But don't sit there and tell me that Cooper Rush don't throw no easy ass ball.
Well, it's there and it's right there. I don't have. Look, at this point, Cooper Rush, to most people, is God right now. He can't do nothing wrong. So at this point, Cooper Rush, he throws the best ball in the NFL. I ain't gonna even talk about Cooper Rush.
Who he got to?
Some of them weirdos.
He's
Some of them
red
weirdos.
Jesus,
You know the weirdos
clicks.
out there. You know it is. You know it is.
No, shout out
You know
to
it
Cooper
is.
Rush though, man. You know,
Shout out to him.
Shout out to Cooper Rush.
man.
Yeah.
Like,
Shout
we all
out to
have
him.
bro.
We ain't
Like, for
hating.
real.
He 3-0.
Yeah, and
You ain't hating.
shoot,
You a backup though.
like, yeah, and you know, big. Not bragging, but me and you talked about Cooper Rush, bro.
Oh, what y'all say?
I mean,
What y'all
We
say?
said he was gritty, bro. We did, like on the Super Show, when people was
said he
like,
was gritty, but you know,
yeah.
he gritty.
Well, I'll take credit for it since you don't want to take credit
You
for it. I'll
take,
go ahead and
you
take
take.
credit
I
for
won't.
it.
I won't take
I
care. I
sure
won't take
said
credit
that
because
he was
I've been
gritty.
trying to get Cooper Rush out of there. I've been
Okay.
trying to get him out there, so I ain't gonna take no credit for no Cooper Rush.
That's real.
'cause I've been trying to get him out there. I've been saying go. I've been trying to get Will Greer past him. I would try to get everybody off the roster. But you know what, Cooper Rush? If I ever ate crow, I can eat crow on Cooper Rush because this is what I said. Hey. Cooper Rush, still, you're not a starting quarterback in the NFL to me. I don't care what Wink Martindale said. He's a starting quarterback in the NFL. No, he's not, in my opinion, but he's a good backup. And here's the thing.
Yeah,
like they said,
good
he
backup.
knows the system.
Yep.
Okay? That's the reason why they kept bringing him back to the program. When he got cut, they kept bringing him back because he's a smart guy. I think he had like a 4.1 or 4.2 GPA
Oh, wow.
when he was at
Wow.
Central Michigan.
That's
So he was a very smart guy over there. I think he was majoring in like microbiology, something like that. So his mentals is very strong. So we can sit there and say that. And when they say he knows the system like the back of his hand, he knows it. So you feel confident when you have a backup like him that, hey, he's not a terrible player, right? He knows the system and he's familiar with the personnel on the team. That's a formula for winning. And right now, put him in the best position to win. Put him in a best position when you have 30 rushes, 31 passes. The game before you had 27 rushes, 31 passes. So you're putting him in the position to succeed and make it easier for him and not have Cooper Rush really winning the game.
Right on. Right on. Well, I want to talk a little football with you guys.
Okay.
And I'm dead serious too. So we go work this out. But me watching the game, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be all the way honest. And I want to bring this to y'all. This is the first time y'all could probably even hear this. But I feel like my boy Dan Quinn is being a little bit too cute.
What?
Sometime. Yeah, I said what I said. I know what I said, bro. He doing some weird stuff out there when you look closely, bro. Like Neville Gallimore playing defensive end. You having your linebackers lined up in the 1 and the 3.
Okay, I see. Yeah, okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Oh, that aspect.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And then
He getting too fancy.
he getting too fancy to me and big.
He smelling himself.
This is where I start really peeping it. And I think I was talking to you. I'm trying to figure out who I talked to. I think it was you, bro. But I was watching your film breakdown where you was breaking down the defensive line, right? And you was showcasing how he was playing a lot of 3-tech. And I started hating it, bro. Because I was seeing that they was using him as a sacrifice to give Sam Williams, Fowler, and Dorrance Armstrong more tick at the defensive end. And I was like, that
D-Law.
Yeah, D-Law. And I was looking at it, I was like, honestly, that don't make sense. Like, I just thought, just keeping it real. You know what I'm saying? I know you're trying to be different. I know you're trying to confuse the offense and the opposing offense. But some things is simple. You know what I'm saying? Your defensive ends, they have built years and years of muscle memory, learning how to set up tackles, and you moving them around, in my opinion, honestly, too much. That's why, in my opinion, that's why I'm throwing this out here to you guys. When they finally put Tank and let him play mostly in, he went God off. Because you can't double Tank and Parsons at the same time. So one of them every game would eat if you have them getting after the quarterback on passing downs. And I'm just being honest, bro. I ain't heard nobody talking about it, but I'm sounding the alarm on it, bro. Because to me, I'm not seeing the common sense in moving them dudes as sporadically as he does. Keeping it real.
I must be the lonely man on this island, but go ahead, Big Game.
I mean, I'm going to say I'm not really going to hedge what you saying, boss, on that. I get what you're saying. I seen a lot of wide 9. I seen Gallimore on the outside. You remember I was telling you last year how I didn't like how he was putting Tristan Hill and Osa in the middle when they were playing on running downs, because I don't feel like that was the stoutness that you needed. But I see him throwing Gallimore and Bohanna in there. I think the only thing that I'm cool with it as far as it, because for me, I think, like you said, he did rotate D-Law when he saw the matchup. I think he kind of goes with matchups. In my opinion, he kind of seen like, let's go out there and kind of let's see how it goes. All right, now let me see. Okay, D-Law is going to probably work this rookie, so let me just go ahead and keep him out there and let him do his damage. You feel me? So I feel like he gets the pulse of how it's working, and then he kind of goes to where it's kind of hot right now. So I think he was sliding D-Law in to see how it's working. Then he seen that one-on-one D-Law blow up Neal on that one play. Then he was like, okay, you know what? Let's keep him out here because Neal can't handle him. So we're just going to keep him out here, and I'll keep the Sam Williams and figure maybe slide some Fowler in, maybe inside. But right now I'm going to have to work this matchup because Neal can't handle him. And I think he recognized that and saw it. So I don't know if he got a little too cute I just feel like from my perspective, I feel like he's looking at what's kind of hot, what's kind of working right now. And then if that's not going, then let me jump back into kind of maybe my base and what we kind of know what's kind of guaranteed right here.
Yeah, and let me jump in one more time. I don't mean to cut you off, Law. I just
That's
want to
okay.
jump in real quick. I'm gonna give it right back to you because I know you got some response to that. To your point though, bro, just keeping it real, bro. You right. When you look at the floor of the game, Quentin Bohanna was holding down that middle.
Oh yeah, I like
And
that.
when did Saquon start going off? Like when did Saquon
When he moved him,
when he moved him and they put Tristan Hill, to your point?
Yeah.
That's keeping it real, bro. I saw
because
Tristan
Tristan
Hill
Hill's
get
not
tossed.
about that life at that
Yeah,
zero.
I saw
You
it,
got to
bro.
stop putting him at the zero. He's got to
Yeah.
stop putting him at the zero.
Right,
Don't do
bro.
that.
I'm just keeping it real. Like, ain't
I
nobody saying
agree
it.
with
I'm not
that.
finna kiss Dan Quinn ass, bro. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna do it.
And I agree with that.
I'm not finna do it. I'm sorry. I got respect for him.
Yeah.
But God, it's just, come on, bro. Just like, and I'm just keeping it real, man. It's like, bro, it was obvious. It was obvious that Tristan Hill was getting tossed on the inside, and then they would put Quentin back in there, and he would hold down the point. He would be stout at the point. I just really ask everybody to go back and really look at those trenches and see if I'm lying. I'm not lying.
Yeah, well,
I think it was a little bit too cute. But go ahead, Law. See if you can talk me off the ledge.
Tristan Hill is not a true one tech, nor don't want to see him at zero or any of those things. That's why we were so high on Ridgeway. And I was wanting, if at least Bohanna and Ridgeway
Carlos
to
Watkins?
be the combination. Carlos Watkins, he's not as strong as Big Bo at this point because Big Bo
I know, but he's better than Tristan Hill. Would you say
at
that,
the
Law?
zero.
Yeah.
He better
At
than
the
Tristan
zero,
Hill at the
he's
zero.
better than
dog.
Tristan
Yeah,
Hill.
true
Tristan Hill
that.
should not be at the zero at all.
Just keeping it real.
True that, but the touchdown that they scored on with Saquon running up the gut, D-Law wasn't on the field, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Also, within the confines of this, no one in the National Football League got more than 49 pressures like this Dallas Cowboys team and 13 sacks. So those two things that Dan Quinn is doing for this year speaks volumes of what this team is doing as relates to that front. My biggest weakness on this team on the defensive side is a guy by the name of LVE and the other guy that wears number 2. The guy that wears number 2, Jordan Lewis. If this come back in full circles, I'm looking at Dono and like, hey, can you give me a little what Jordan Lewis was doing inside and we slide J-Ron Kearse back to his spot? Because I want physicality and speed, and I think Dono, he does that. And as well as J-Ron Kearse, he brings that physicality back. But I'm trying to figure out a way to move Jordan Lewis up out of here, and as well as number 55. I got to figure out a way because speed right now is killing us in the middle of the field, and we don't have that guy that can go from hook to flat. You think Bland would be good in that? Dono, man, is playing out of his mind, man. I got to figure out a way.
He's playing out of his mind, but when I feel you on that. He's playing out of his mind, Law. I love Dono. I just highlighted he had 24 tackles. He's got 2 pass defense, 2 tackles for loss, 1 sack, 1 interception. He missed a couple plays here and there because I feel like sometimes he's a little too reckless. But I don't care. I like that because I like when he's just reckless. I like him being crazy and just hitting people and smacking people. I like how he's just reckless like that. So I'm cool when he does that. My thing, I feel you with those 2 players, though, Law, especially LVE. I just watched the tape earlier today, and it's really bad. It's almost kind of sad right now because this man is engaging into the guards and centers, and it's like he's dancing with them. You're not supposed to dance with the linemen at all. You're supposed to hit and shed. Hit and shed. You ain't supposed to dance with them. And this man, this goes all the way back to college when those offensive linemen latch onto him, and he is like done. He's still misreading the holes. He's still second guessing. He's still hitting the wrong holes when the running back is coming through an A gap. He's going through the B. You feel me? He's when he's pursuing, it's like, are you pursuing fast enough? Because it's like you letting other people get ahead of you on the tackles. Why is that happening? You're the linebacker. You're supposed to be getting the corner and the safeties behind you, but they're making the tackle ahead of you. That should not be happening. And with Jordan Lewis, dog, I've been saying this for a couple years with Jordan Lewis. He just not the guy that he was anymore. He's not the guy that we thought anymore. you got a Darren Bland over there, and look, this is what I say about this law. You're playing Marquise Bell. He made a big tackle on a bubble screen. You're playing Israel Mukamu. You're playing those guys. So if you got Darren Bland around, and we saw how aggressive he is, and he's a young player, and he ain't no little dude, why don't you give him some tick and see him? Or Kelvin Joseph, how about you stepping up, and how about you getting on the damn field and stop playing special teams?
Well, Kelvin, when his number was called, Kelvin did made a little tackle there, though. You know, I
cut
think,
it out.
I think that Kelvin's biggest issue is that he's not out there on the field. Is that those strong ties? Just like y'all saying that Quinn is getting a little too cute. Shoot, I've seen.
Is he in the
I've seen
doghouse
Al
because
Harris.
is he getting held? Somebody talk to me.
I've seen Al Harris praise Anthony Brown and Jordan Lewis. Those two are his boys. And that could be a detriment to us.
The favoritism?
It is a little bit with that. And my thing is, just like we've seen players make a mistake. I've seen literally Anthony Barr hit the wrong hole or slide off of a guy. But then guess what, guys?
For sure.
I also seen Anthony Barr make some plays. So those are things that I need more out of Lewis and LVE. And we seen Dono miss tackles, sliding off people like butter, but he come back and make plays. I just don't see consistency out of 55 and number 2. Those are the only two on the defensive side. And when Kelvin Joseph's name was called, I think he did a serviceable job. He didn't give up a big play. And he's your new gunner. He will be your new gunner.
Yeah, he killing at the gunner.
He killing at
the
the gunner.
See,
good
here's the
gunner.
thing. So
he playing a good gunner.
Here's my thing, because I seen him on the gunner too. He's uber physical. We saw the physicality last year in the Philly and Washington game. We saw the physicality. We were excited. At least I was. I was like, okay, this is what we've been waiting for. So you should be heading into next season being able to compete for a spot. Then we saw the incident that happened. I'm wondering, is he still in the doghouse because of that? Because if he's going hard as a gunner and he made a quick play when he got in the game, we know he has the physical attributes. I question the football. Do you love it or not? Is he in the doghouse? Somebody open my eyes, because why is he not playing then if Jordan Lewis is struggling? And you know Jordan Lewis is not your answer long term when a Kelvin Joseph probably is. Somebody talk to me.
I think that what we should do is still be patient with KJ. I still have my. I just hope that the kid didn't. I just wish that the kid didn't have that thing to go down this offseason. I know that played some type of role in his mind and his psyche, but I just hope that the Cowboys understand that speed is real. And week 6, I'm not overlooking any other week, but week 6, I would dedicate him to be the spy on those fast, twitchy quarterbacks and play that type of role inside the middle of the field. I think that this dude got foot speed, and he's a whole lot more physical inside than Jordan Lewis. They just need to give this man some playing reps, rip the Band-Aid off, and forget all of the politics about will number 1 be out there on the field, because that's something that they got to avoid too. Because I had numerous messages. I ain't going to say the name of the family that reached out to me. And they thought that I worked directly for the Cowboys, and I told them I don't. But they got over 500 people a part of some lawsuit that they don't want him out there on the field. So if I know I'm getting those messages, I'm quite sure the Jones family, somebody in that office, is getting those same messages.
So check this out. Somebody said, I know this is a tough one, but do we take Donovan Wilson off the field when Curse comes back? Yes!
Yeah. You definitely do. I mean, because here's the thing. Why would – because Curse gives you just what Dono gives you. So it's not like Curse is not physical. Curse can travel with the safeties. Curse is uber physical. Curse knows how to call the defense.
Don't miss
and
no
Curse
tackles.
has the attitude. He doesn't miss any tackles, and he has attitude. He has serious attitude, and you need that mojo that he brings back on the field. We love what Donovan Wilson is, but Curse is even more of the leader. Donovan Wilson is a guy that is going to hit you hard, but he's not going to be a leader of the team. that's what you have in J-Ron Curse. That's one of the reasons why you brought him back. So yeah, because you weren't talking. Because first of all, because everybody was talking about Dono in 2020. Then he came in the next year, lollygagging, we heard, playing around in the offseason, coming with, I don't got to practice with the team. I can wait till OTAs. I'm going to wait till the end. I felt a lot of people say he was smelling himself. Then God come out of nowhere and took your spot. Okay? Now you're back going hard again because your spot gone. Okay? So just because you played in a few good games don't mean you get your spot. That's your spot now. Because if that's the case, Law, then Cooper Rush should be starting.
Wait interested with Law. You gotta fight back, dog.
Dono can play 3 positions, though, right? How many positions he can play? Free, strong, and nickel. Can he play all 3? Yeah. I'm trying to get Jordan Lewis out there off the tee, and not off the tee.
Curse can play all 3.
Curse can play all 3. So, man, this is a perfect storm, Big Game James. I think that you can literally keep Hooker out there, you can keep Curse out there, and you can keep Donovan Wilson out there. You just kick number 2 off. Won't that be a more physical team?
I mean, I wouldn't be mad at it. It would be more physical. And it's not like Jordan is great as the nickel. He's not a great nickel corner. We all understand that. And he will give up some plays. However they want to figure it out, let's do it. I'm cool with that. But I still need to see. I want to see Kelvin Joseph on this field. If they can figure out that, Kelvin Joseph is physical as hell too. You can get him out of there. You can get Jordan Lewis out there, and Kelvin Joseph is physical. And we saw it. Hold up. And remember this, Law? Remember this, Law and Boss? Remember when they slid Anthony Brown in the slot and they had KJ on the outside and that shit was working?
It was working. Yes,
that was working. It was working really good.
No, I agree with you, man. I agree with you all the way. Now, check this out. Curveball.
Offensive line. Okay.
Can we talk about it?
Oh, well, we can talk real talk about it. Are you trying to say we got to give that man some flowers or something? What angle? What angle you got to give him some love?
I think so. See, Law can't stand you, Law, man. See, man.
I'm gonna have to give Duke Manyweather some love over there first.
I know what angle boss
because that's who Tyler Smith worked with. That's who Tyler Smith worked with, and that's what Terrence Steele worked with. Okay, that's who they work with.
This the deal, though.
Go ahead, spit your case.
Because I do believe that the off-season trainers always should get most of the credit with every athlete. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know my boy Real Truth, D-Rob, was the key to Noah Brown. We know that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But this is why I still got to now consider filming. Because we know in the offseason that Duke was the one that was responsible for the weight change in Tyler, right? And Tyler's discipline himself, right? So we're not going to take away from that. But when they went to training camp, I know them trainers got to turn them over to them coaches. You know what I'm saying? And so when they switched him from guard to tackle, that's the work of filming. Just keeping it real. You know what I'm saying? It was filming that was responsible for that short period to where he didn't get any cross-training reps at tackle for training camp. And Tyler Smith is getting a lot of love. And that whole offensive line is playing good. The whole line, Tyler Biadasz, Steele, ever since week 1, when he had those pre-snap penalties, he ain't repeated it, right? Even your third team guard balling. You know what I'm saying? Your third team left guard. We can't give filming.
Forniak,
yeah. McGovern was playing a solid left guard before, he got injured. Like, we don't give him no credit.
All right, man. We gonna get a man and cook it, man.
I know you stupid.
I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna give you. I don't really want to give you no credit on Phil. Man. I just don't really care.
I don't want the credit. I'm saying we should give him the credit.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna. That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna give him the credit.
Okay.
Joe Philbin, if you hear this, you gonna get some credit because right now the team is only giving up 5 sacks. That's really good in 3 games. Like you said, they had 175 yards rushing this last game.
Yeah.
But I still need to see because it looked in shambles that first week. So let's talk about. We can talk about. I want to say this real quick. I don't mean to just throw a curveball. I didn't mean to throw one, but I listened to Brian Baldinger today, and he was echoing what I've been saying.
Okay.
Because see, when Dak is in here, you throwing like freaking crazy, right? So we talking about this offensive line. You're unbalanced. I feel like with Dak. When Cooper Rush comes in, all of a sudden this offensive line is getting mass protect, and then you're balancing the run. We see 27 rushes, 30 rushes. You're doing those type of things. You're doing those type of things. But when Dak comes in, I just feel like that's not the type of offense that's happening with him. It doesn't seem like it is. It seems like to me that I don't know if it's Dak is trying to show that I am the guy, so maybe he forces it sometimes, or this offense wants to show that he's the number 1 quarterback, because I don't get it. Because it looks like this is well-oiled machine right now with the balance, but then when that comes in, it just feels like we just getting pass happy again. I don't understand that.
I think I got it, bro. You got some on that law, but I think I got the whole answer to it, bro.
Well, sometimes when your thesis paper is due, you tend to make sure you study and stay up all night. And when Dak went down, I think that they went right into, okay, crisis mode. Let's make sure we don't make a lot of mistakes. Let's lean on the power and the strength of this team. Oh, where we got most of our high-round draft picks at? Oh, offensive line. Oh, who was our other high-round draft pick? Elijah Elliott. It's so fitting that you got his picture to the left of me with the shades and everything, because he was our ultimate bell cow, right? He was the guy that we drafted in 2016 to be the answer, right? To be the solution, to be the guy that can fix everything, to get back to 2014, by the way. For those who don't know, when we were efficient enough to run the ball, keep it simple, and have even Tony Romo in that year to throw only 300 yards one time. And we are on pace for doing that right now. If we keep everything short and simple, run the ball to open up the pass. When you guys look at the openings, of all of the passes, not a few, there were no tight windows that the ball needed to be at, because there were 8 and 9 man box. It looks good out there to finally throw off of that. The big pass that CD Lamb dropped, it literally hit him between the 8 and the 8. He only had one guy over the top. That's a comfortable look. The ball that went just off the fingertips of Jalen Tolbert, I mean, he dusted the dude, no safety help over the top. He catched that one. He's still scoring a touchdown. So those things are all open because you running the ball. Look, before that time frame, Tony Pollard was averaging, Cowboy Nation, 12.5 yards per tote. Elijah Elliott at that time was averaging 7.9 for your mind a tote. So running the ball is the key. Look, that's why I got this hat in my hand. There's a guy, I ain't going to even say his name. Y'all can put it down. He's been preaching this, run the damn ball. It's West Coast, by the way.
Yeah,
we've been talking about that.
Been doing that.
He done gave his hat out to me. He done gave the hat out. We was out there at Oxnard. He was giving the hat out to everybody, Tupac and Biggie, and he was trying to give it one to Kellen Moore and Coach Mike McCarthy. Oh, get this. It's the secret sauce. And I did research all the way back to 2007. We win more games by running the ball when we're north of 25. And yes, that's balanced team approach. Yes, Stephen White. Balanced approach. That's what we need. Look, even if you crowd Cooper Rush to throw 40 times, we lose the game. It don't matter who we got out there. if you trying to throw the ball 40 times a game, we losing. Or we trying to climb back. But if you run that ball, baby, shoot. That's all I want to say.
Now listen. So this is the one thing I'm gonna say, keeping it real, bro. Kellen Moore getting credit that he shouldn't get. Forget credit.
For common sense stuff. You're right.
And it's not even him. You want me to tell you what it is? Mike McCarthy tied that boy hand. Swear to God.
So I want to ask you something though, boss. I want to ask you before you finish that. Do you mess with Kellen Moore, or are you just done with him?
I'm done with him, bro. Trojan.
I just feel like you ain't even like you ain't even saying nothing good about him no more, huh?
I'm not.
30 inches, baby. What we do?
That's how I feel about Philbin.
Boss, what we do? 30 inches. What we do?
This is the difference. This is the difference, and I understand. This is the difference. I know Kellen Moore a Trojan horse.
Trojan man.
I don't trust no Trojan horse. I'm sorry. I don't trust nobody that Stephen Jones can be the offensive coordinator. Because think about it. Stephen Jones said last week, what did he say? We just need to get CD Lamb going, get him the ball going early. What was the first play of the game? Huh?
Oh man,
huh?
My mind.
Okay.
My mind cried.
Yeah. So that's why I don't like Kellen Moore, because he is Jason Garrett but worse. He is more open cheeks. Open up your butt cheeks and just spread. That's exactly who Kellen Moore is. I can't stand him.
But boss, who is everybody gonna be butt cheeks with Stephen
Not like
Jones?
that. Not to that degree. Not to where they actually telling you how to run your offense.
But are they going to bring anybody else?
I'm just being honest, bro.
I'm agreeing with you.
I'm just like you.
I'm agreeing with you.
I'm being raw honest.
I feel you.
Like,
are they
I don't like the fact that
in though, boss?
Say it again.
That's the thing. What you're saying, right? He's the favorite son part 2.
Yeah.
So are they really going to bring somebody else in? No.
No.
And what did I just tell you, boss? If this offense runs good with Cooper Rush, what did I tell y'all before when Dak went down? I said if this offense runs good with Cooper Rush and they keep winning, is there going to be change?
Yeah, but this is good news.
Not going to be change.
I'm gonna tell you though, it's good news, and I told Law before you got on, I got good news. The good news is that Mike McCarthy has won this battle. Mike McCarthy has won this battle. Y'all want to see the proof?
Yeah.
Let's start with last week. This was Jerry Jones talking about the running game. Listen.
And we just got to do both. We just got to do like where we are today.
Jerry, is the running back carry split kind of about what you expected it to be? Would you like to see more of a balance or more more heavy-handed towards Zeke?
I would say that I'd like to see Zeke because of what he does to the defense, what he physically does. I'm going to make sure that we give Zeke the load that the team deserves to have from him. Now, you say, well, doesn't that take away from the obvious out there? Pollard made those big plays and can make those big plays. He's juice. You can see what the zip that he adds to the offense. And we just got to do both. We've just got to take advantage of the fact that we've got this both these guys that can really give that defense heck. So I'd like to see a continued use. I'd like to answer your question, I'd like to see both used about 20% more.
Yep. He said 20% more. And that was after the Bengals win. And so this is the thing. Hold on real quick.
Want to get away?
What's up, OC?
Southwest Airlines. Yeah. So with that,
I'll send you another link, big dog.
It sounds like that commercial. Yeah.
All right, so check this out. So remember that was the same week Mike McCarthy was saying that I was gonna have to do another lap around that play sheet, meaning he was gonna micromanage Kellen Moore, right? And remember that was the time we came out and we had an obvious script that was committed to running the ball. Right. So now fast forward to this week, and let's listen to Mike McCarthy. Listen to Mike McCarthy right here. Listen.
And everybody wants to always talk about the one that he didn't get, but when it was on the line, I mean that's about as fine as a catch you're going to see on a fade route from the 1 yard line.
Hold on, he talking about CeeDee Lamb. Hold on, listen.
He's going to see more and more challenges every week. I think you'll see. I think he'll definitely get some attention this week with Washington coming in here. So I think he's off to a good start.
When DeMarcus Lawrence went down last year, you kind of accelerated the plans you had for Micah Parsons out of necessity a little bit. I know you stretched the running game all offseason, but when Dak went out, is this kind of a point just to say, hey, we've been working on this, but we've got to get this going right now in the run game with Dak out?
Well, I mean, we talked about this at training camp. You guys are at training camp, so we needed to run the ball better, and more importantly, we need to get more attempts at the plate. So, and I think with the training camp structure, you only have so many opportunities with the padded practices. So, I mean, it's just.
See, he said more importantly, we got to get more attempts at the plate.
More attempts.
Yeah. At the plate.
Attempts.
So but keep listening, because today, I'm going to tell you, it was almost like he sunned Kellen Moore. Listen.
We need to stay committed to it. I think we've definitely done that the last two.
What did he say?
When Dak went out, is this kind of a point just to say, hey, we've been working on this?
I rewinded it too much. Hold on, I'm sorry about that.
Right now in the run game.
Sorry about that.
Well, I mean,
okay.
we talked about this.
It's all good. You got excited.
My bad.
You guys are at training camp, so we need to run we need to get more attempts at the plate. So, and I think with the training camp structure, you only have so many opportunities with the padded practices. So, I mean, it's just we need to stay committed to it. I think we've definitely done that the last 2 weeks.
The last what?
The last 2 weeks.
And that was since he spanked his ass.
Yeah.
Because remember, it was only 18 attempts in that first game.
Facts.
42 passes. 18 rushing attempts, 42 passes. And what happened in that,
can you
in that
break
San
down the
Francisco
average
game?
Big game. Can you break down the average of what we was averaging per rush too?
4.9.
Oh yeah.
With Z.
4.9.
Oh, I thought it was
4.9.
5.2.
And they're averaging right now as a team. As a team, we're averaging 4.7. So that is good because it was a 4.5 average last year, and it was still top tier with that.
Check this out. Watch Mike McCarthy. He finna son Kellen Moore. Peep ain't. You got to peep. And this is fantastic news, too. Listen. Hold on. Let me I hit the wrong button. Y'all give me a second, man. Here it is.
Game last night, and Tony and Zeke are feature players for us. So I don't see us changing.
What? Oh, wait, whoa! Don't let that go by you.
Let's hope.
No,
What
he said.
say?
He said, "I don't see us
That's what he
changing."
said. He said,
In
I don't
other
see,
words,
let's hope.
Yeah.
Let's hope.
This is why I got this button right here. Hold on, let me get my victory button. This is my victory button. Hold on. Ooh, with the victory up. Mike McCarthy. That boy said, I don't see us changing. See, when your boss, Jerry Jones.
We'll see.
Now listen though, I'm with you on We'll See too. I agree with that too, Big, because you got to watch Stephen Jones and Kellen Moore. See them two together, they be manipulating.
I don't trust it.
But see, I'm with you on that too, Big. But when the boss man said, I want to see 20% more than what we saw, you know what I mean? That means your boss man is bought into the running game, Jerry. And then Mike McCarthy come out and say, I don't see us changing. Listen.
I mean, it's just we need to stay committed to it. I think we've definitely done that the last 2 weeks. I thought Kellen called an excellent game last night, and Tony and Zeke are feature players for us. So I don't see us changing.
Feature them too,
Do you
man.
contemplate challenging that fumble in that spot? Is that just a matter of
got
trying
more.
to get the information from upstairs in time?
I was trying to get the third step confirmed because I was standing right there. When I saw it live, I thought it was bang bang, and I think it was Brian that had the call. And I asked him, I said, did his feedback to me, he saw it as bang bang. So I think if he'd have called a fumble, it would stand. and he obviously called it incomplete. I think it would have stand. I think it was. That's how I viewed it. And that was information from up top also.
Kevin, great 105 to the fan. 31 pass attempts, 30 rushing attempts, near perfect balance last night. When you look at the balance between the run and the pass game, how happy were you with that balance being struck? And is that something that continuously going forward it needs to happen for this offense to be able to be consistent?
Yeah, I mean, if you're just drawing up runs and passes, I think, with the execution we had last night, we'd be hard to beat because it definitely plays to our defense, because now our defense isn't on the field all day. They went up tempo. I think their mindset was to try to offset the rush, our pass rush, and try to get as many cracks at us as possible, particularly with their run game. So, but yes, I mean that's definitely a winning formula for us.
There it is.
There it is.
You know what though?
Finally.
You know what though, boss and Law. I will say this, and McCarthy has gotten a bad rep since he's came to Dallas, and I think it's because the ownership has made him that way.
Yep.
And I don't think he's got a real fair shake, and he's got a lot of the blame. And it's almost like he came to Dallas like he doesn't know how to coach football now, and he was damn near, like you were saying last week, boss, when he was kicking Dallas's ass. We all wanted him to come to Dallas.
Right.
I wanted him because he was kicking Dallas's ass every year. You feel what I'm saying? They weren't just beating us; they were whooping our ass.
Right.
So we wanted that. And we were all excited, and I wasn't not excited. Even now, I never have still turned on Mike McCarthy. You get what I'm saying? Now I have said I'm cool with Kellen Moore going, and let's see if we can get a different coordinator and mess with Dak. But I'll still be cool with Mike McCarthy. But I just feel like if he doesn't get it to where it needs to go, then he's going to be the sacrificial lamb in that aspect. But if we listen to Mike McCarthy, to me, it's refreshing just to hear him, because I remember to listen to Jason Garrett talking dumb at those, those press conferences, talking stupid. I mean, just from my opinion, he would never talk like this when you asked him these type of questions. It was always flustered. He started getting red in the face. It's more refreshing to hear a Mike McCarthy actually talking about the game, telling you what needs to happen, what we going to do. You know what I'm saying? It's just a little bit more informational that I like hearing from the coach, feeling like he's more hands-on with it at this point. So continue to go with the Mike McCarthy, continue to do it. We need to see it. But as I said, I need to see it when Dak Prescott comes in, because it sounds good with Kellen Moore. I mean, with Cooper Rush. But make sure you're doing the same stuff with Dak Prescott.
Facts.
You don't got to force the ball and make him throw the ball 40 times. Stop doing that with him. He don't got to. We got to get this narrative, in my opinion, that we got to have Dak just showing. Remember when they were doing the dink and duck Dak? And it was almost like that year when he threw for almost 5,000 yards. He had to throw for those 5,000 yards to show he can throw the damn ball.
Right.
So it's like, let's stop that now. Yeah. Run the damn ball, throw a little bit with Dak, and let's just win damn games and stop worrying about if he's a franchise. We understand he is, but let's stop trying to push that and just win the freaking game.
Free Big Mike. Yeah. Free Big, run the damn ball. Shout out to West Coast. Yeah. Free Big Mike McCarthy.
Shout out to West Coast.
Yeah, man. So that is encouraging, man. That's encouraging, because for those of us who've been wanting to hear identity, he just said it.
Yes.
He said, I don't see us changing. When you say that, he basically saying that's our identity. And I was thinking about this as I heard that press conference, right? I am a man of the scriptures. I do. I spend time in the Bible. I do. Right? I don't apologize about that, and I love it. It's a scripture that I always think about, where he said he maketh me lie down in green pasture. You got to think about that. Sometimes God make us prosper because he sat us sit down. And then you look up and you in a good place. Now, it was painful to sit your butt down, but he made you sit down in green pastures. What am I talking about? The Tampa loss. See, that Tampa loss and the way that we lost exposed Kellen Moore. And that opened up Mike McCarthy's hand to be able to say, are y'all willing to try my way yet?
Yeah.
Are you willing to but now he finally getting his way. Now he got Jerry coming out there because them tickets price dropped. Y'all remember them? Y'all remember them ticket price just dropped out of nowhere? And then Jerry, that got his attention. And then now Jerry, week 2 was saying we need 20% more because this pass happy OC is not quite what Mike McCarthy said he should be with Pollard and Zeke. So week 3, isn't it funny? We hit the magic number, Law. What? 30.
30 of them.
Made us sit down in green pasture. And that's real.
Yeah.
That's real. So the thing that I'm praying and hoping, like you said, Big, is that we stay here. Even with Dak. Man, you said that, big dog. You said that.
Yes, indeed, man. And when we try to be cute with it, we've been chasing like the 90s, but people forget about the core of the 90s, right? Like the Emmitt Smith running the ball. And even people forget about the 70s, the running back. Running the ball. Big Game James, you know about it, right? Who was the running back then? You know?
Tony D, baby.
Tony D. So now when we fast forward to this part of the world or this time of the world, it's Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard. Both of those guys, those 1-2 combination. And people were giving me a lot of slack when I watched the Cleveland Browns tape. And I said, man, it's a beautiful thing when you see Hunt and Chubb running the ball, and nobody's crying and about these guys. And our combination is just as lethal, just as dynamic. I would put Tony Pollard up there with anyone. And I was telling them, most of those Giant fans, I said, watch, Tony Pollard will have a more impact than Saquon Barkley. You know what I'm saying? And he did just that. On the field, if you look back, you say, hey, that 20 is a whole lot better than that 26. So you still use both running backs, I promise you. Even, I like the way you got that clip of Tony Pollard in the 49ers. If we had this game plan against the 49ers when they plan those quarters, like you don't even see since week 1 a team playing quarters defense. I wish, don't y'all know, I wish they put 6 or 7 DBs out there on the field and drop them. I wish they do that now. When we have the mindset and the philosophy to run the ball, that toss sweep, that toss left, that toss right, that was the staple piece in the 90s. We can do that all night. This Cowboys team can literally toss left, toss right, and you see Tyler Smith get out in front of people, and you see Big 71 was pancaking. Now, he wasn't as fast as Tyler, for those who out there that didn't see that. But he was slow. But when Tyler Smith 73 was just mauling people over, I said, that's the team. That's the identity. Strong run game, solid defense, win you games.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. And I think that's what we have to – what we need to understand, and that's what these Joneses – I mean, what they're whatever. But if we're talking just about the coaching and the playing, it's okay to have this formula. We don't have to be the glitz and glamour.
Yes.
5,000 yards.
Nope.
1,100 receivers. Have 5 receivers with 1,100 yards. We don't need that. We're seeing the staple right now for this team. It's okay. I've seen teams not having these high-powered offenses, but got some nasty-ass defenses. And guess what? They would go to Super Bowls and they win. And guess what, Boston Law and OC? What's up with you, big dog? It's when you get near the end of the season, right, Law and Boss and OC? Woo-woo. And when you get in the playoffs, that's when that defense matters, right? That's when that defense matters. And fellas, it's okay. The balance it feels good. I would just actually say I like actually when they're balanced. It's an easier game.
Yeah, give me boring. Give me boring football. Game. I see what you're saying, bro, and I totally agree. Dak is best when he boring.
Yes, he is.
Yo, y'all preaching. Look, before y'all say another thing, I see you, OC.
I want a boring Dak.
I want a boring.
Me too.
Look, as strong as Josh Allen's arm is, as good as he can flick the ball over the field, I bet you he wish he had a running game. like what we got over here. And even if they do try, you know what I'm saying? It's not the same with what we got. And I know Josh Allen, I think that everybody loved him before his arm, but they would not get far if they don't go back to the principles of running the ball. And I know that that's the Buffalo Bills. And to talk about another team, Justin Herbert over there in Chargers land. If they got back to running the ball, they would have been better. Don't y'all know, for those who praising and kissing Justin Herbert's ASS, he's 1-7 versus winning teams because it's not balanced. It's good. It's flash in the pan. It's 5,000 yards. It's 40 tubs and all of this stuff. But you don't win games that matter. And people are so hooked on, hey, the flashy quarterback with the big arm. And the whole time, if you look at most of Tom Brady's Super Bowls, he had a good defense, and they ran the freaking ball. But at the end of the day, everybody forgot about that. They talk about Tom Brady. Your praises will still be there.
Yeah. OC, man, we got OC in the house, man. What you got, big dog?
What up, OC?
What's up, guys, man? Sorry for my lateness, man. I had to deal with some family stuff. But listen, the Cowboys are a power run football team with some toss and stretch action. That is what the Cowboys are. And if the Cowboys stick with the script and play to their strengths and not any glamorous ideals, they're going to be in really good shape. We have a top 5 defense. We have an elite running attack. Whether it's Dak Prescott, and you're going to have more offensive options in terms of going to spread when you have Dak Prescott. But, right now we're playing with a backup quarterback. And, my contention is that you need to keep things simple, because if you try to go to spread and you don't keep things simple, it's going to be predictable plays. Like some of the things we saw last night when we went to spread and we would just, throw a stop route to the tight end from the slot. We would do easy, simple stuff like that. We're throwing all stop routes, all hitches, stuff like that, which DBs can sit on and try to attack or play the ball, which they did the first part of the game. Really, when we got open, we did in-breaking routes and stuff like that. So, in my humble opinion, I really think that we just need to work the run, commit to the run, and play action passes football. And that's what's going to give us the most success. Anytime that we did that, we had a lot of success. When we got away from that and we start going to spread and going to empty and doing things like that, that's not our game right now. We don't have the pieces to do that effectively right now. And we got to stick with the script, and we'll be in most football games. That's what I think.
And see, Big said something that's real. He said, I don't trust it. And I feel big on that, because Forever DC said, hopefully Kellen Moore has finally realized that. I don't think he did. And I got I got reasons to believe he didn't.
Third and
like
inches.
when it was
I'm taking your words.
No, go. Bro, it was crazy. Now, I know people be like, oh, Kellen Moore, he called a good game. No, y'all need to be thanking, first of all, Mike McCarthy for that. That's number one. Number two, Pollard averaging 9 yards a carry. You're not stopping that run at all day. Zeke averaging 4.9. You got down there running the ball. It's 3rd and 1, and you abandoned it when you needed to kill the clock. If that's not proof that Kellen Moore is pass happy still, I don't know what it is. You got to keep a permanent chain on that boy neck.
You do.
Well, there was also a play, key drive in the fourth quarter, Boss Cowboy, that, we got 1 yard or no gain on a first down play with Ezekiel Elliott, and immediately Kellen Moore went to empty. Immediately, he went to empty, second down. It's like, whoa, hold on, man. Hold on, Cowboy.
Empty!
Why you going to empty, man?
Oh, God. He took away the run threat. Explain that, OC. Explain that, please.
So when you go to empty, you don't have a running back in the backfield. That means that you cannot run the football. The only thing you could do is motion somebody and hand it off like a jet sweep or something like that. But are you doing a quarterback run or something like that, right? But that's very unlikely with our quarterback situation. So, no, you went to empty, man. You got 5 wide receivers, no running back, man. You just, you're telling them we're throwing the ball.
Yep.
And I think that when Kellen is committed to the run on first and second down primarily, or either a short pass to the tight end if it's second and medium or second and long, I think we end up in a good position. But when he immediately abandons the run, if he doesn't get a chunk of yardage on first down, he gets easily discouraged. That's when we get in trouble. And that's some of the inconsistencies you see with his play calling if you look at this game closely when we had offensive drives that stalled, in addition to some drops and some mistakes and things like that.
Trojan horse.
Let me read this super chat from Mr. Wright Antoine, man. Appreciate you so much, man. He says Zeke saw 53.33% 8-man box, while Pollard saw 15.38%. And they say Zeke ain't important no more. We got a dangerous duo, guys. That's what he's saying. Appreciate you for the super chat.
Facts.
Yeah,
Good super chat. Facts.
Yeah.
So I want to switch the topics real quick. Just real quick. I want to talk about this Peters plan. I want to hear Jerry talk about it, and then I'm gonna obviously go through the whole panel and we go break this down.
Yes.
All right. Y'all give me 1 second. Let me set this up.
Jerry.
All right, here we go, man. We got Mr. Jerry Jones. I gotta cue this up.
Yeah.
Okay, it's at 1450. All right, here it is.
There we go.
Y'all give me 1 second. Third up.
Take us through why you decided to play him at left guard. We were like, are you going to put Smith back at guard? Peter's more natural position. Can you just take us through the decision to play him at guard versus tackle, or even to come off the bench?
Your question has hit on the right way to look at it as far as a plan. Your question says it. Do you play him at guard? Do you play him at left tackle? Do you play him at right tackle? You can play him at all of them in my mind. He's that good a player. He's that experienced a player. Last night showed me that. So we want him to get in shape. We want him to come on around and get in shape, and recognizing the veteran that he is, the campaigns, if you will, that he's had. But he is going to be an unbelievable, valuable part of this team going forward, it looks like. What we're doing is we've got help on the way now. We're starting to get McGovern should be coming on back in here. We're starting to get some experience. We got some reps by the young guys there. And so that offensive line, with the way it's evolving, the way Peter's coming on, the way we are with some of our younger players there haven't had to get reps, it's really the recipe for having your offensive line rolling by the time you get to the middle of the schedule or to the end.
Yeah.
Can I translate that, Boss Cowboy?
Translation.
Let me translate that. Peters ain't in good enough shape to be going out here trying to play some left tackle right now. We got to work this man in shape right now. And he's so versatile and so strong that we can just put him into guard, because we really like what we see with Tyler Smith out there playing left tackle. And we agree with the final word because we do listen to the show. And so we're not going to impede his development. Right? That's translation, man. Because when you look at Jason Peters, man, listen, he's an all-time great. He deserves his flowers and, tenured veteran. So no disrespect when I say this, but Jason Peters looks like he's about 350 right now. He looks like 340, 350. He needs to share down a little bit to have the lateral movements even be discussed to playing left tackle. But here's the reality. It's not necessary. You have a young rookie that you hit on in the draft that, is playing really good football, and you don't need him to play left tackle. It will be a waste of developmental reps for the new left tackle for you to put him at left tackle.
Right.
And so that's where we are.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on that, Big?
I mean, hey, OC says it all. I mean, I listen to, I call him the godfather of offensive line. So when OC talks, it's like when E.F. Hutton talks, people listen. When OC talk on that offensive line, people listen. I'm listening. So I'm already bouncing off that, because I was already saying, hey, when he was at guard, we was like, man, don't, he ain't got no rest. Then he went out there and killed it. And I'm like, okay, I'm shutting the hell up. Keep him at tackle. Let him play there, because he's good as hell. He's strong as hell. He looked good when he blocked it. Did you see it when he was running them damn Giants over there like Leo Collins Part 2 when he was in that rookie year just running over people? I was excited. So, no. Don't touch that. That's your future left great tackle. He's cock strong. He's getting better every day. Why put your old 40-year-old out the left tackle
40.
where it's going to stretch? It's going to be harder for him to play that tackle. I listened to Duke Manyweather and Trey Thomas, who was a really good offensive lineman for the Philadelphia Eagles. They were having conversation, and Duke Manyweather said, why are you going to put him at guard? Trey Thomas said, hey, you know what? Let him play guard and get him in the phone booth. Let him get his legs underneath him. Better than putting him on the island at tackle. If I was coming back, I would rather play guard and get my feet underneath me. Let me settle down. And then if I wanted to go to tackle, we can do that. But by then, we're already going to say Tyler Smith has already locked down that spot, so there's no need to do it. And
Right.
bouncing off OC, if you're going to use them, let Jason Peters continue to get in shape. Hey, Jason Peters just played a little bit, and
Yeah.
you still had 176 rushing. You
Right.
feel me? And if even we really look at the Tampa Bay game, we went away from that run. We were able to run. Ezekiel Elliott had 10 carries. He was averaging 5 yards a carry. Did he do that last year against Tampa Bay? No. So it's not like Dallas is struggling in the run game, even with Farrakhan there. So there's no rush. Leave it the way it is. We good. And one last thing. Stop trying to replace Terrence Steele, okay? Stop
Right.
it.
Stop
Leave
it.
him alone. Don't talk about him no more. He's a dog. He's going to get better and better and better at that right tackle. He's always hustling down there. When they have a big run, you always see Terrence Steele hustling down there. He's like one of the first offensive linemen down there hustling, him and Tyler Smith. I love that.
Both of those
so
guys.
leave it alone. Let it grow.
Love it.
Let it be great. And just don't touch it. That's my thought.
Man.
Sorry.
Man, he on the money with it, y'all. And as humble as the OC is, he got a right now to whip his thing and just slatter it off over. I try to keep it PG-13 on everybody, because on draft day, everybody was like,
Oh, God!
Facts.
No, God!
when we drafted Tyler, everybody, don't be lying to kick it. Everybody in the OC, he had the poise, and he said, hey guys, I looked at some of his tape.
Please,
This is not this is not a bad tape. This is not a bad tape. And he broke it down on Tyler Smith, and he was telling us why it was such a good move and how. And
how.
And how. The who, what, when, how, and why he was going to be who he is right now. So the OC, man, if I can give you your flowers now, man. What?
Yeah, clap it up for OC, man.
Salute, man. Salute. That's big, man. That's
Clap it
big
up for OC,
coming
man.
from the Godfather, Law Nation, the Godfather. Salute, Law Nation.
Coming from the #1 independent YouTuber talking about Dallas Cowboy content in the world, Law Nation.
Yes, indeed.
Hey, man,
Your
that's major
assessment, second
compliment,
to
man.
none,
Major compliment.
Second to none, your assessment on Tyler Smith and his ability,
For
man.
real.
And what
Hey,
he's
my
doing
compliment was good too, OC.
Hey, yeah,
Which one?
Man, salute the big, man. The realest, trillest, the trillest. All right, I'm going to say this. Big is the trillest Dallas sports podcast on the planet.
Big
The
eye.
trillest. I don't know nobody triller. And triller is better than real.
I know. You knew that was coming, dog.
He
Come
the
on, bro.
triller.
I knew I was
Oh, you my dog, bro. You already know you.
So-
Big go hard, boy. Y'all got Big messed up.
OC, he said, I love it. I said, damn, I gave you a compliment too, OC.
Nah, we ain't giving you
Nah,
nothing.
man,
Nah,
I
we ain't giving you
appreciate it.
nothing.
Thank you, bro.
We ain't
Thank
giving
you,
you
bro.
nothing,
Thank you,
bro.
bro.
I got something for you. Matter of fact, I got something for you.
Hey, wait a minute. Hey, so the OC, when Tyron come back, you gonna sit Tyron down, and you gonna say, we can do this.
Sit him down.
We can do this the easy
See,
way, or we can do it the hard way. You know.
Lord.
The choice is yours.
Too early, Lord. I can't handle it. Too early.
What you gonna do, Coach OC?
See, Lord, now you're getting messy, Lord.
Yeah,
now
Lord,
you're
get messy, dog.
So if I'm the coach, man, and you got Tyron Smith back in December, man, he's been such a cog on this offensive line that you're probably gonna run him out there, and then you're probably gonna bump Tyler Smith into the left guard position out of respect. Right, that's what I think they're gonna do. Now, would I do it? That's a difference. I wouldn't do it because, much respect, yellow golden jacket guy in Tyler Smith for sure, no doubt. But you know, I heard Charles Barkley say something one time, and I found that in most cases it's true. It's two things is undefeated: Father Time and that situation that got Bobby Petrino in trouble. So here's the thing, man. You got to understand what the future is and what the past is, and I think that you want to keep Tyron Smith on the roster as long as you can. You want him to be around, but it's going to be difficult to keep Tyler Smith off the field with the progression of performance given you. He gets 10 games under his belt. If he is continuing to progress, he's going to be playing at a Pro Bowl level. If he continues to progress, he's going to be Pro Bowl level with his play as a rookie, right? And he's younger, stronger, and it's going to be hard to get the man off the field, man. I promise you. So if Tyron comes back early, which he's not, but if Tyler Smith continues to progress, he's going to be at a Pro Bowl. Whether he gets selected to a Pro Bowl, I'm not saying that, but he's going to be playing just about at a Pro Bowl level if he continues to progress, man.
Yeah, he better than any rookie I've seen this year on offense.
I gotta bring something to you boys, man. Just keeping it real. All right, with Peters getting in shape, I want to ask y'all a question. All right, so are we gonna be looking at Forniak or Peters?
Let me go first on this one. Please. I think Jerry kind of leaked it out just a little bit. He said with Connor McGovern getting back healthy, I think it's the craziest thing. McGovern is going to get back healthy before Jason Peters get down from 350 to about 330 of where he's supposed to be at, what the OC is saying. So I think that what's going to happen here is that first series that McGovern was out there, that small spoonful of reps that we seen him in the first week one, McGovern looked damn good, y'all. And I think that what will happen here is McGovern will come squeeze back in. Forniak will hit the bench once again, and they will still play the game of short packages or jumbo packages with Jason Peters. But that spot would go back to Connor McGovern, and you will have Tyler Smith, Connor McGovern, Tyler Biadasz, Zach Martin, and Terrence Steele as your front five.
God dog.
That sounded good. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. You feel me? Because I've always liked McGovern. You know what I'm saying? And remember, McGovern worked his butt off to play that left guard spot. Okay? Firing or not, I liked him at the center spot more than the guard. I thought he was the better center than the guard to me. And I felt like Connor McGovern deserved that chance. He hasn't really got a chance, really. When he played left guard, he played, 3 or 4 whole damn games, and they yanked him. So he really didn't even get a chance. Let him come out there and get a chance. And you don't have to force Peters out there. He's your insurance policy. That's why you signed him, right? He's your insurance policy. You didn't sign him to be the starter. You didn't sign him to be your insurance policy. So let him be the insurance policy. Because let's see it. McGovern has already been yanked in his career, so it ain't like he gonna go sulk and go sit and have a pity party if he gets pulled for Jason Peters if he's not playing good. I think it's a good problem to have. Go out there with McGovern. McGovern has the strength. Let's see how they work with Tyler Smith, and it keeps on rolling good. Keep rolling with it. If it falls off, you got a fallback guy in Peters. Why mess with that?
Man, I was finna fight you, Big, but you made a hell of a case right there.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go ahead and tag in here.
I was geared up. Listen, hold on real quick, OC. I was getting my knuckles ready, boy. I swear to God, I was like.
Give him the victory music then.
I see you over there looking.
Yeah, you saw that face. I was like,
I see you over there. I saw it.
Then I started doing like this.
I started seeing that face. So here we go.
Yeah, I was getting my knuckles ready for you, but good case on that, dog.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, all I was going to say is this, man. I mean, listen, McGovern is a good young player, man. He's stronger than Fairnook. He plays with better technique than Fairnook. I mean, he didn't pay his dues. He deserves a chance to run that starter position. And if you got a younger guy that has equal talent, then you play him. And that's why I think it's going to be hard going back to this to get Tyron Smith back on the field. You got a younger guy with equal talent, better upside, then you play that guy. That's how this game goes. So, yeah, he deserves a spot. If he struggles for some reason, you got a couple options. I mean, you can put Farinuk in, but it'll probably be Peters once he gets down, in my opinion, probably about 20 pounds. I think that's what he needs, man, right now. But, that's what I think, man, and hat offs to him. I think he'll go out there and do a good job, too.
Yeah, I want to play a clip from my homie real quick. My homie Stephen Jones. And I'm going to tell y'all, he lived for this. I'm going to play this real quick. Y'all listen to Mr. Stephen Jones. Watch this. Listen.
I think it motivated him. And I think it's as tough as he was on himself for not catching that one, I think he came back and made it up in spades. So I do think we can get better as a football team. And I think we will. I think we're one of the youngest teams. I don't have the exact stats right here in front of me, but we're one of the younger teams. And it was mentioned last night, we're a homegrown team as well. Most of this team is made up of players that, as an organization, that we either drafted or brought in through college free agency, and guys that have grown here. And then we've got a lot of young guys who are on the come as well. So for not catching that one, I think he came back and made it up in spades. So I do think we can get better as a football team, and I think we will. I think we're one of the youngest teams. I don't have the exact stats right here in front of me, but we're one of the younger teams. And it was mentioned last night, we're a homegrown team as well. Most of this team is made up of players that
he loves sticking his chest out on that, don't he?
We either drafted or brought in through college free agency, and got
exactly.
He loves sticking his chest out on that. He get on my nerves with that.
Shut up! That's basically preaching the philosophy of our guys.
Yep. That's the only thing that's different. He didn't say our guys. He
said we built this team through drafts, and he proud of that. So it's like he treat free agents like they not even on the team, man.
Yeah, they're not.
And that made his day. That 71% of the Cowboy players on the current roster was drafted. See, that's all he want. He want to get credit for that. That's it.
That's it. He wants that credit so bad, dog. He wants, just like, man, look. Remember when the trade with Amari Cooper happened? Man, Stephen Jones stuck out his chest for 2 daggone years. It seemed like kept on talking. Well, we got the Raiders, we got this, we got that, and then you're gonna go dog them in a few years later after
nobody coming to see you, Otis.
You did this and that, and then what'd you do? You decapitated him and sent him on his way because he didn't conform to you. Get the hell on out of here, baby.
Decapitated him.
Decapitated Amari.
Snip, snip, snip. Oh my gosh, man, there's two folds to what he's saying. Like, we've seen like teams make a big spark with their teams by going out grabbing a true qualifying free agent pickups. And of course, I can't wait to see James Washington back into this lineup. And we are beating teams right now. We won 2 games in a row with our backups out there. No shade at Noah Brown and no shade at what we are doing with our team, but we can see clearly that if we can add some more pieces to this team, baby, we'll be on our way. But for right now, we're 2-1, and he can gloat a little bit. But when it's sour, when it gets sour, just let it be known that you didn't do all that you can, because they sitting out here saying that the reason why they got rid of Amari Cooper because of the money. Well, we had the money. What we did with the money, huh? $23 million, we set all on that, right? So at this point, I think we got like $16 million now. But beyond that, I think that teams trying to win, they go beyond. They go beyond, and they bring in guys that can make that impact. And the Jones family just don't do that right now.
Nah, man.
Never.
Y'all check this out real quick. I got something else, man. I'm loading y'all up. I sure appreciate y'all being fans. I mean, I appreciate y'all being patient. But check this out. Here we go. This from Jared.
When he's coming off of a major surgery, or if you will, a major rehab effort that has got to, in his mind and our mind, stand the test of the rest of his career stability. Then players want to feel right in their mind when they step out there. We let those guys make a call, Schultz and him. They said it the other night was not, didn't feel as right for them. They'll be out there next week in all likelihood.
And then, Jerry, before we let you go.
So what does that say to y'all?
Y'all pushing them.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all going too hard on them. Y'all pushing them too hard. And Michael Gallup, what we have been talking about, all of us on this panel, when you keep on trying to tell us, oh, he going to be ready. He ready. No, he not. He just told you. Hey, I'm going to say Coach Jerry. My bad. I was going to say, yes, Coach Jerry. Coach Jerry, no. I don't want to go out there yet, Coach. I don't feel good on my knee. All right, now I'm going to let you get another week. You got another week. The next week, you're going to be on that field. You hear me? I need you out there because I've been talking about you playing, and we can't be having you not playing on the deadline that I said. So you better get on out there, get that knee better, and put some ice on it, son.
Wait, hold on.
Hey, I love being a Cowboy.
Big game, James.
Game changer.
Let's have some fun. Let's have a good time, man. Let's kick it.
Yeah, man, you right on it, man. Look, you don't want to rush the man. Chris Godwin was considered rushed out there, and other issues happened, and the Tampa Bay had to go forced and go grab some people. I think they went and picked up Cole Beasley or what have you. What you don't want is for us to rush, and I get a person every single time I say this. You're not a doctor. You don't know him personally. You don't need to speak on things you don't know. You need to be a doctor to speak on those things. He's ready to play law. And it's a long paragraph. Every time I talk about this, like football is not a contact sport. I mean, the dude had his knee and his ACL ripped apart and is surgically repaired, and you want him to be out there in a situation. Is not like Michael Gallup is not an injury-prone type of guy, by the way. When the last time he played? When the last time he played a full season? You know, without an injury or this and that nagging. So I want people to slowly be patient with Gallup, and then you can get him out there. And Jerry, settle down.
Damn act together.
Shush,
Don't
Jerry.
like your attitude.
You look, Jerry. I'm telling you the truth. Leave me alone, Jerry. Come on.
Facts, bro. Hold on real quick.
3, 2, 1, drop it.
And remember,
Man, I'm hitting everybody but
you're listening to nothing but the best.
I'm hitting
Let's go.
everybody but OC next. I know I'm finna hit that straight business. Shit.
Man, listen, man, let me just tell y'all the truth of the matter. The truth of the matter is, if you cared about Michael versus your ego or your marketing plan, Michael Gallup would not even sniff the field until December. He wouldn't sniff the field until December. That's if he's feeling about 90%. He should sniff the field. And if you really have his best interest, you would chalk this season up knowing that you got this guy on a 5+ year extension. That's what you would do if you cared about the player. This man's body's not ready. He has to cut running a 4.4 40 and get tackled and hit by guys that run 4.3, 4.4, 4.2 40s. He is not ready. I've been saying this. Don't rush this man. It's completely wrong. It's unethical. I'm going to say it's unethical to rush this man back on the football field when this man is like half-baked, man. This guy's not ready, man. Slow your roll. Chalk up this season. Get him in December. Try to get him in the playoffs. If you make a playoff run, fantastic. But this coming back at the end of September nonsense is foolishness. Quit it, please.
Man, and see, this is my thing that I caught on it. This is what I caught. Is Gallup them had to say, I ain't ready.
I ain't ready, boss.
I don't want to do it, boss. I don't want to do it, boss.
I ain't ready yet, man.
I ain't ready. Yeah, they basically they would have let him go out there gimping, dog.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Look,
that's not good. That's
Hold on. I want y'all to look at my face. Hold on. I hit the wrong button. Hold on. I hit the wrong button, bro.
Right. For real. real.
Yeah,
real.
if you gonna rush about Rush James Washington, let him get out there. That joker, hey, he was rushing. He had those big old linebacker football pants on, looking like a linebacker. And I said, God,
he built wrong, ain't he? He built wrong.
Y'all going hard
short
today.
up top. He built wrong, bro. I didn't even know how he was gonna be a receiver. Like how he built, how he put his arms out. How you gonna catch the ball? Damn shoulders.
He had the Emmitt Smith pants on. I said, Emmitt, baby. Yeah.
He had the Brian Bosworth pads on.
Y'all going hard.
Separated shoulder, man. But shout out to James Washington. But that's why I said, man, take a flyer, bring Will Fuller. You know he's only good for 2 or 3 games. Bring him out, you know.
Bring him out.
He can get up under the ball and catch that deep pass. I promise you, ain't no way you can off-throw him because he would have caught that one that went through the fingertips of Jalen Tolbert. But I get it. You know, the Cowboys doing Cowboys thing.
Yeah, that's Cowboy stuff right there, man. That's what I call reverse cheat. I already did a video on that. If you missed that, go to my channel and look it up. But we got a history of being reverse cheat. Like once we pay for something, we go force it out there. Yeah. We did it with Romo. We kept putting him out there too early. They low-key trying to do it with Dak.
Yeah. Bring that man
No,
back.
no, listen. They're putting immense pressure. I want to talk about that real quick. They're putting immense pressure on Dak with all the statements that are coming from Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones is playing mind games for Dak Prescott. He's in the media talking about, I see Cooper Rush, you know, as a top performing quarterback. Yeah, he's great. He alluded to it last week. He's putting this is called playing mind games. It's psychological warfare. And he know what he's doing too. He's playing mind games and he's straight in the head of Dak Prescott, man. Oh, yeah. So much so, Dak Prescott is trying to come back in 2 weeks. He's trying to come back at the top of October. Yeah.
No, you're right.
We say?
No, you're right.
Yeah, trying to hurry up and come back when, man, a surgically repaired thumb, it needs time to heal. It's just straight up, man. It needs time to heal, and that's his throwing hand, okay? So guess what Dak's going to do? Dak is a trooper. He's a warrior. Dak is a company guy. Dak is going to bust his tail, wrap his hand up, go out there, and I pray that Kellen Moore does not go to spread and make him throw the ball 40 times the first game he comes back. I pray he don't do that because that is going to be a recipe for disaster. And then you're going to say Dak threw 2 picks. We were better off with Cooper Rush. And then here comes the narrative. So on and so forth we go.
Can I jump in there, OC, on this one? Can I piggyback off you on this one, OC? I want to piggyback on OC. I just want to say this. I made a video what OC is talking about. I made an exact video about this last week about Jerry Jones, how he plays the mind games, and how he's playing with Dak Prescott, saying that goofy stuff when he was saying, well, you never thought Dak was going to take over Romo's spot, did you? You never thought that was possible. That was impossible. You never thought that was possible, so don't think anything's impossible. Like I said, you could kill controversy, Jerry. You can sit there and say, okay, yeah, Cooper Rush, he's our backup. We want him to win games. But when Dak gets better, he's coming in, he's the guy. That's just what it is. I don't want to talk about anything else. He has the power to do that, but he never does that. He likes the controversy. He likes to leave things open. He likes to play the game. To me, that's disrespecting your quarterback. To me, that's disrespecting your so-called franchise guy who you love. Why play those games with him? And just like what OC said, you come in here, you're rushing him because now this offense is looking good. And I said this a couple of weeks ago, fellas. Once again, if this offense looks good with Cooper Rush, with Kellen Moore, they're going to stick to where they sticking to. And if Dak comes in, just like we said, and he plays bad, or they throw a lot and he's not completing those passes, yeah, you set this stuff up, Jerry, by running your mouth, because now the people are already saying, in Rush we trust, right? So they're going to be screaming for him. See, you should have never took Rush out the lineup. You should have never took him out the lineup. You should have kept him in there because he's more capable. He throws a better, more decisive ball than that. That's what's going to happen because he doesn't want to let the fire. He won't put out the fire. He's letting the coals stay hot. And then when something happens stupid, that's when the controversies come. And who was the blame for it? Jerry.
We're going to have a good
And-
visit,
and here-
but settle down just a little bit. I don't have the patience to jack with you today.
Well, Jerry, I ain't got the patience to jack with you, Jerry Jones, because this is the nonsense that you do, this subtle buyer's remorse. You never wanted to pay the man his contract to begin with. You waited until the
Exactly.
ninth hour until you were backed into the corner, and you were forced to pay this man $123 million, right? And you didn't want to do it. And so now you're looking for every opportunity, you and your son over there, looking for every opportunity to say that you were right, and that's why we didn't want to pay him, blah, 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 blah. I feel sorry for Dak Prescott because you're not an advocate really looking for his success. In my opinion, you're looking subtly some type of way for him to fail. Thus, you don't have to extend him. And after this, you can get on down the road. And that's what I really think about the situation. It's an ego trip, and you want to prove on the back end that you were right about the situation to begin with. But you ain't right about it. This is wrong, 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 wrong.
I told you, boss. I want you to answer on this, boss.
Okay, hold on, wait. Hold on. You put me on the spot, big dog.
No, I'm not. No, this ain't a fight. But remember what I told you a year ago, boss.
Okay.
That Stephen Jones and Jerry Jones didn't want to pay, and this is before OC really came with us.
You've been saying
I
that.
said they did not want to pay him. They did not want him as their guy. They kept on saying it. Is this our guy? Jerry was saying, is this our guy? They waited to the last minute, and they did not want to pay him. And just like OC is saying, now they're opening that little door. And if you listen to what he said, people, well, this is what pissed me off. OC, I just appreciate you. It pissed me off because I made a video about this because people want to play Jerry like, oh, he just old and delusional. Don't listen to him. Yes, you better listen to him because that's what he plays on. Y'all think he old and delusional? No. And he says real
smart.
slick things for you not to catch it. But
his
like I
mind
said,
good.
he kept on talking about, when he was talking about that Cooper Rush thing, he kept on talking about Dak and Romo. And you know what he said about that situation? I can't let it go. He was like, well, Dak is the one that kept Romo out the championship. That's what he said.
Yeah, man.
He said Dak kept Romo out the championship. He said we were going into that playoffs playing against veteran quarterbacks. We went against a veteran quarterback in Aaron Rodgers. And guess what? We was the only team to start a rookie.
Right.
And here's the deal, man. And this is my last statement about this. And Law, you got it, man. But look, man, here's the deal. I didn't even watch your video, Biggs, by the way. I didn't even watch your videos at all about this particular topic. Here's the reality of the situation. Dak Prescott is going to have to play out of his freaking mind, okay, to get people off his back. He's going to have to take us to a Super Bowl championship or to a Super Bowl game before people get off of his back, and he's going to have to play like a madman. And I hope he understands this, especially when he comes back this year and especially the third year of this deal, especially next year. He's going to have to play out of his ever-loving mind, man. And it's sad, man. It's sad how this whole thing is kind of set up, in my opinion.
Yes, indeed.
And see, I want to just add to it real quick before you go, Law. I just want to add one thing to it. Listen, man, I'm cool with the QB controversy in the short run. I'm cool with it because that only means we winning. You know what I'm saying? That only we wouldn't be having this discussion because somebody said to me today, well, we should stick with the hot hand. I say define hot hand. Are we undefeated with Cooper Rush? I say, okay, so hot ends if he lose? Because I want to be clear, because I'm going to come back to this tweet. You know what I'm saying? I want to be clear. Are you saying that the streak ends if he lose, right? Because that's the narrative people trying to push. If he's undefeated, you got to stick with the hot hand. Okay, so we go act like he ain't been throwing sky high. That's what we gonna act like. We ain't gonna act like Noah Brown having to go get this man balls. That's what we gonna act like today. It's cool. We gonna act like that versus the Bengals, that 2 interceptions could have been returned for touchdowns. We gonna just act like none of that matters. It's just that the team won and he was the quarterback when they won. Okay, cool. Okay.
Well, all what you said is true. All what you said is true. If we winning, then he's the lucky rabbit foot, and we're gonna have to stick with that rabbit foot. And Jerry Jones, that's how Jerry would do it. And
you think?
And you
Jerry
know who,
ain't that crazy.
but you know who really was wise with it and who saw this coming? Whoever is Dak Prescott agency. By them putting the no trades clause on the contract. Hey, and by them saying, hey, there's no ability to franchise tag me. That was a level of I don't trust you all the way.
Exactly.
When you trust, if anybody got kids or little ones, and you can close their eyes and tell them to spin around and fall back, I catch it. They would do it 100% of the times. But the moment they feel like they don't trust you, you can say spin around. Fall back, I'll catch you. They're going to look at you before you can say spin around. And see, for the first few years of Dak Prescott, he was spinning around. I'm spinning for the Jones organization. I see everybody getting paid. Carson Wentz getting paid. And Jared Goff, whatever his name, getting paid. I done seen Carr brothers get paid. Stafford and beyond. Even Jimmy Garoppolo. And my stats from what I was doing, dinking and dunking, is better. But the Jones family said, hey, those stats are okay, but you ain't such and such. And Dak Prescott in his camp, and in a close source close to us. You know what I'm talking about, Boss Cowboy?
Yes,
who we was talking about in training camp. I ain't going to say his name because it's really close to the closest. You know, it was like, hey, those dudes betted against him. Literally close-fisted him. And he had to change his philosophy. Go back and watch not 2018, but also 2019 of what Dak Prescott had to do in order to be entered into the arena of being one of the quarterbacks that can literally throw the ball. But that was out of character of Dak Prescott, by the way, because what we wanted is what we're seeing out of Cooper Rush right now. Just be managing of the game. Look, we want to dink and dunk. We want to take the deep passes when it's one-on-one coverage to the outside, and there was no quarters coverage on Dak Prescott because everybody, mama, uncle, cousin, Tupac, and Biggie climbing out of the grave was trying to stop Ezekiel, Elijah, Elliott. They wanted to stop the run and force Dak Prescott to throw on the outside one-on-ones. But Dak elevated his game and started killing. And then all of a sudden they said, you know what, we got to stop this brother, you know, and that's what happened. But Dak Prescott can't realize and recognize that the Jones family is not to be trusted. So therefore, no trade clause and no franchise tag for my client.
This reminds me of a good old movie, Vice Versa. Remember this movie, Vice Versa, with Eddie Murphy, when a rich guy's betted against Eddie Murphy that he couldn't make it, and we were going to make something out of him and ruin the other guy. That's trading places. Like
trading places.
What
he said, vice versa. I said, what the hell,
man? What he said? You don't disrespect trading places like that.
My bad. But y'all get the point. Y'all get the point.
We get it, but we gotta let you for that too, dog. That's trading places. That's a classic. That's Eddie Murphy.
My bad.
Never do that again.
Don't you ever in your life do that.
Trading places. My bad, man. Look, man, here's the deal, man. This is what really gives me exception to this. I'm looking at Dak's body language on the sideline, and he looks uncomfortable, man. And I don't want to read too much into it. I'm looking at him on the sideline when Cooper Rush is making plays, when they making drives, like he cheers, but they flash the camera to him, and like he looks uncomfortable, man. It's like, man, this man know what time it is. He got stuff on his mind, man.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. I see.
It ain't just a competitor, boss. This ain't just no competitive thing.
Yeah.
It's not.
The
OC.
There's no emotions, no friends, no loyalty.
I ain't mean to cut y'all big.
Straight.
My bad.
Put hashtag straight business in the chat.
I already hit that button, big dog. My fault. Go ahead, Big. You was going hard.
But I'm just saying, man, I'm just glad OC opened this up because it's been beating in my chest for so long, boss. I've been telling you this. I've been telling you I've been feeling this for so long because I didn't believe it. when they signed him, it just because they were saying he's our guy, and I just don't feel it. I haven't felt it in my heart with these guys with Dak, and I'm just saying it's very peculiar. When Cooper Rush came in, you got balanced as hell. You balanced as hell when Cooper Rush came in. And I was like, I knew what they was going to do this. And now you're playing Dak. Because what you're going to do is now that pressure is fully on him. And Jerry put it out there like, hey, you know what? It ain't impossible for nobody never to play quarterback here. Because nobody thought Dak Prescott was taking Tony Romo's spot, did you? He said that. None of y'all thought Dak was taking Romo's spot, did you? And it happened, and that was impossible, wasn't it? So don't think nothing's impossible here. That's what he said.
Yo.
He said it with his own mouth. Don't think anything's impossible. So you mean to tell me, y'all, what? What's up? What's up, OC?
Go ahead, man. Go ahead. You got it, bro.
I was just going to say, you mean to tell me if Dak comes back, let's say Detroit or Chicago, and Cooper Rush has beat the Eagles and the Rams, that their front office ain't gonna be thinking nothing?
Shoot, that's a good problem to have though. About now though, what would I recommend? Shoot,
but you know what they're gonna do? This is the thing that OC was talking about. Now we don't gotta, if they're gonna see in their heads, if Cooper Rush can do this, then we don't gotta pay a big money quarterback here in Dallas. The system works, not the quarterback. We just got to get a quarterback in this system, and we'll be able to do it because they said it with Amari Cooper. The system dictates who gets the ball. If you're open, the system will get you there. And he already didn't want to pay Dak. So this is the easiest way to say we ain't got to pay you because Cooper Rush did it. So the system says we can get another quarterback to do it and not have to pay you that money and spread it around, because ain't that what Stephen Jones said?
But that's
now,
putting
Dak's
the toothpaste. That put the toothpaste back in the tube there, because they had already paid Dak Prescott, and Dak Prescott camped on already. What'd you say? They can cut him.
You think they're going to extend them? Because I don't.
No, the extension part of it. Yeah, I think that they talked a little bit about extending. But the problem is
he stuttered at extending. I saw them ask him that directly. He started stuttering.
He started stuttering.
I don't see it. I don't see the extension. I'm sorry.
Right. And at this point, to be 100 with you guys, just be keeping it a beam, as they say, or keeping it a buck, is that this right here, at this point, the Dallas Cowboys, if they feeling froggy about their quarterback, then move on. That's one position that you got to go all in on that spot and say, I got nothing but trust in you in that spot. You can't be fickle. It's kind of like being in a relationship or in a marriage. I used this analogy before. You can't go out there and get the diamond ring for $40,000. Let's say it's $40,000, and then tell your wife, hey, open them up tonight because don't forget, I paid you that $40,000 ring. Tell me how far that would go. You can't put conditions to a quarterback. You can't do that, because what's going to happen?
It should go super far.
It should
40,000.
40K?
You better do exactly what I say. Open it how I say.
Open wide. Come on,
it's your birthday, girl. 40K. You finna do everything I say.
Hey boss, but that's what they said with that. Hey, we paid you $40 million. Now you get it out. You figure it out. I paid you $40 million.
Now get it done.
No other quarterback is put with that pressure. Hey, Dak, we paid you $40 million. You figure it out.
Now make it work.
I don't care if you don't have Amari Cooper. I don't care if Ezekiel got a PCL tear. Brother, you better figure it out. We gave you $40 million, and that's the only quarterback that's put under that pressure, though.
But this is the management piece of contradiction in this whole thing, because now we're running a quote-unquote balanced offense, but as soon as Dak Prescott gets in there, he's going to go to spread and empty and throw the ball 38 to 40 times.
Yep.
And
man, OC, the matter of fact, Mike, you was gone. Mike McCarthy say we ain't doing that.
Man, I'm telling
that's
you
why I said don't believe it, don't trust it.
I'm with you, Big.
I'm
Big. I'm trying to.
I'm with you, OC.
Big. All I'm trying to do. Big.
I don't trust it because when Dak Prescott gets back, all that got to happen is Jerry to make a call down there, Steven to make a call. You know we got Dak back. Well, why don't we open up the offense some more? Take some more shots down the field. That's all that is
See that, and that's why I don't like Kellen Moore. That's the exact reason, because
Trojan horse. The OC called it last year, man. That's why you need to watch this.
Trojan horse.
Telling y'all
The OC was the
what
first
time it
person
is.
to call him a Trojan horse. I've been stealing it from you since and acting like I said it first.
Man, listen, I'm going to tell y'all something. And listen, also, here's the deal. Stephen Jones has also gave a lot of breadcrumbs, both Cowboy Law and Big, about not being happy about signing this contract, because he would even say in interviews, well, we had to pay the quarterback. Well, you know, we try to spread the money around and make certain things happen after we paid the quarterback. So he let you know, I'm mad about paying this quarterback. I didn't want to pay this for it. So he's already gave plenty of proof and evidence. So I just hope Dak Prescott is doing whatever he can, putting whatever he can in that thumb to make it 200%, because when he get back, they go expect him to spin that football and chunk it deep with accuracy and score touchdowns. That's what they go expect. And if he don't do that, they go say, we want touch. We want touch.
I gave her that ring. I gave her that princess cut ring. She's supposed to be ready for me tonight.
Spread them legs.
It's coming. It's coming.
Hey.
Oh, boy. Yo,
did you hear what Cooper Rush said, though? Y'all didn't hear what Cooper Rush said, though.
What did he say?
They asked him. They was talking about him, and I peeped it, and I'm gonna pull it up because I don't want to be called a liar. I don't want to be called a liar. I gotta find it. I don't want to be called no liar. But they asked Cooper Rush. They was like, how you feel? You playing? He's like, hey, I'm gonna be doing this as long as I'm called to do it. Like, basically, he was like, he didn't say, well, I'm gonna be doing this until Dak gets back, because once Dak gets back, he's doing his thing. He was basically saying, I'm gonna keep rolling with it until they tell me not to. So instead of you being your backup, I feel you, but as your backup, I think you should be like, hey, I'm rolling with this, I'm gonna knock it out. But once our guy comes back, it's his. Because I've seen backup and I've heard backup quarterbacks say that in NFL.
Say it with Romo up until by game 6.
I've seen
game
backup
7
quarterbacks
is
say,
when he stopped saying it.
Right, like I'm holding it down until he get here. I'm holding it down. But you know what? Once he started feeling himself that, hey, I'm winning, I think I should kind of be starting now. That's what will start to happen.
Yeah, that's what you want to happen, man. I want everybody to have their jobs almost taken from them,
Yep.
And that's the ideology. And then the alpha male of it, hey, he shouldn't lay down and fold up like a wallet. Hey, man, once I'm in there, I'm sorry for you. You know what I'm saying? It's LD time now, baby. I'm LD around here. You give me a chance at it.
I hear
you
what
ain't
you're
getting
saying,
it back.
though, Law.
You ain't getting it back.
But
I'm LD.
It ain't a fair fight. It ain't a fair fight, though. That's the thing. You saying that we love that sport of competition and for that other person not to be scared of it, and I don't think Dak is. But is it a fair fight? Just heard OC say that, guess what? It's balanced when Cooper Rush is in, but we spread it with Dak. So that's not a fair fight. So you not fighting your position, you not being able to let me fight a fair fight because now you want to go spread and you don't want to be balanced when I'm in there, and then I got to throw 50 touchdowns in this game to prove something. Because I told y'all last week, I'm tired of them making feel like Dak has got to feel like he's got to prove he's the franchise. I feel like he's got to always prove to them he is the franchise.
And you know who had to do that in the early 90s? Troy. Jimmy gave him the hard treatment. And right now, this is not coming from the coach. Yes, it's coming from way up above of the aspect that if Cooper Rush continue to win, that this comfortable bed that you once had, Dak, it ain't no longer there. And that was the situation. You remember Steve Wash and all of those boys. Hey, you think Troy was kicking, laughing and kicking it when Steve Berline was doing his thing? No, Troy was like, no, I need to get back out there, man. Hold on. Don't hold my cup because I need to get out there to show everybody that I'm the quarterback of the America's team. And he showed up, so it elevated him. So this should be the same battle cry for Dak Prescott. And as far as the balance approach,
he's got to
Dak
speak
Prescott,
up.
The squeaky wheel gets the oil. So Dak Prescott needs to say, hey, Kellen, I see Pat Mahomes go back and forth with the OC over there, right? We're still with Eric Bieniemy. And that's Mahomes, of course, there's a whole different kind of caliber of quarterback. But I need Dak Prescott. If a play is bull sugar, he need to go over there and say, hey, Kellen Moore, it's time out, man. We played football together. Now you my coach. Why are you calling this mess? I need a balanced approach.
Hey, real quick, man. Let me catch up these super chats real quick, man. We got
Okay.
1,000 of these things.
Let's go.
And before you do that, Boss Cowboy, real quick, man. Hey, man, I want to tell people that's watching Boss Cowboy Sports, man, get the likes up, guys, man. We rocking with over 250, man. We got to get these likes up, guys. Hit the like button, please.
All right, check this out. The biggest difference is y'all was calling Dak to run to supplement the offense. No one is asking Cooper Rush to run the ball. So now your OC has to run. Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
So if you think about this also applies to Zeke. I agree. I actually think Zeke is next. I think Zeke is this year's Amari Cooper. Yep. I think they trying to phase him out of the offense. Just keeping it real.
Yep.
He say, damn, they gonna ask for. He say Dak gonna ask for a trade soon. I don't think we there yet, big dog. I think we far from that. I think that's a little bit too optimistic. He said Jerry said a few weeks ago on 105.3 The Fan, he wants people to always talk about the Cowboys. What did this controversy do? Keep Big D in their mouth. Yeah, no doubt. And that is how he moved. Then Keystone said, wide receiver by committee continues. Facts. And then Common Sense said, the passion from the final word is Hall of Fame. Yeah, boys be going off in there. I love the final. I promise you, I'll be loving Tuesday. Tuesday, my favorite day, though. It really is.
Yeah.
Coach Marv say, thank you, Lord. We see the light. I've been saying this for years everywhere I go. And whoever I talk to, he talking about running the ball. And yes, you have, Coach Marv. You've been a leader of that campaign with West Coast. Yes, you have. I got to give you credit. And then this is the last one. He said, I know this is a tough one, but do we take off Donovan Wilson off the field and Kurtz comes back? Well, we already talked about that. Yeah, I'm caught up. Law, you have some?
All right, I got the YouTube critic. He donated over here. He says, I'm so glad that Dak finally has pressure on his head. He always been made a comfy since he's been here. Great offensive line, good running back, good wide receivers. All right, so anybody got any pushback on that?
I could, but
I got a whole lot, but I'm not because you super chatted it.
Yeah.
You super chat. You
if it wasn't a super chat, you would have got.
You right.
We're gonna be quiet. But
you right.
Super chatted, you would have got the heat.
He. All right, my guy, Mr. 316, he super chat $19.99 for your mind. Appreciate you. He said vice versa. Pastor Troy, basically, that's 100 points off of his black card. This is from Mr. 316. He donated $20 to say that to you, the OC. And Candy Hudson, thank you for the 50 stars on Facebook. I appreciate you. Nice. And we are caught up with everything. Appreciate y'all so much for your love and adulations.
There it is. All right, so obviously we also want to talk briefly about Washington. So
Washington.
When I say briefly, I mean brief, bro. I started off. Washington, we got to be careful with Washington. Our division is tricky. Because they play weak against Philly don't mean they're going to be weak against us. But we also know that offensive line is very weak for them. And if Philly is not known for being a pressure team, they not.
Right.
So the fact that Philly got after them, we should really get after them. So, honestly, man, we should be putting Carson Wentz under the ground.
Yeah.
Big.
Oh, okay. My fault. I was waiting for you. Okay, so me quickly and briefly, Ezekiel Elliott's career average against Washington is 80 yards a game. Tony Pollard in his short career against Washington, 80 yards a game. That's telling you right there. Run the daggone ball. Keep on running that ball. Carson Wentz, he got sacked 9 times. What did they do? They got at him very early. Get at him early. First, second downs. And once again, let's make them one-dimensional, because I said the best way for them to beat Philly was them to run the ball and Gibson get over 100 yards. Remember when we struggled against the Washington football team of the Commanders a couple years ago? Gibson went off for us. He had 200-yard games. Last year, we shut him out. We blew him out. So let's keep them one-dimensional. Let's not let them run the ball. Make Carson Wentz throw it. We'll get a lot of sacks, and we can go ahead and take this game once again.
Yes, indeed, man. With that being said, the Washington's offense is ranked 23rd and the defense is ranked 26th. That's pretty much in the same wheelhouse of what we just faced against. I truly believe that Carson Wentz will hit his number one wide receiver in the name of Trayvon Diggs. I truly believe that. I truly believe that this defense will get to Carson Wentz. Think about this. This defense have the 49, like this defense, our defense have 49 pressures. That's number one in the NFL and 13 sacks. We just seen what the Eagles just did to Carson's, and I'm quite sure that our pressure will do exactly what Big Game James just alluded to. Make Carson Wentz our baby out there on the field. Let's get it.
Hey, man, Carson Wentz is still sensitive and fragile. You know, we call him Mr. Glass on this channel, Boss Cowboy Sports. And so, look, man, if you put some heat on Carson Wentz, man, he's going to give up the ghost. All right, and that's all you got to do, man. Just tackle and be ready for trick plays. Nothing fancy to worry about. Line up and run the ball down these boys' throat. Do what you've been doing the last several weeks. Work off the play action pass, and we win this game, no problem.
Yep, there it is. And so then we go kick it off with the final word. I'll kick it off first. I feel Big Game James. If it's anything I would say, even with the good news of what Mike McCarthy said, because I'm going to spend a lot more time breaking that down tomorrow. But even with the good news of what Mike McCarthy said and the moxie of what he said, where he said, I don't see us changing. He was basically saying, if they don't see it now that we got to run the ball, ain't none go do it. Even with that degree of confidence, I'm with you, Big. We got to stay diligent, dog. We got to keep the pressure up. We got to keep hammering. We got to keep spreading. We got to keep sharing. Let's do the grassroots things to keep that word out there, because we all see run the ball. The campaigns about Kellen Moore, all the content that we're all doing together. It's not for nothing. The no ID, the free Mike McCarthy. I know y'all feel like your voice don't matter, but it does. Keep pushing out this free Big Mike, the no ID offense, all that kind of stuff. That's my final word.
Yeah, man. So at the end of the day, man, what the Cowboys have to do, man, is be committed to being the most physical football team. And when they've won games, they've done that. And as long as we continue on that thread, we're going to be fine. Kellen Moore just needs to understand the beauty of simplicity. It doesn't have to be complex to be effective. And what we're doing is simple, but it's very effective. It draws the defense in. It opens up passes on the back end when you run effectively, and it wears out defenses. Defensively, we're going to go hunt, man. We're going to be aggressive, and I like what I'm seeing thus far. You know, I really like Anthony Barr and how he's come on. I really like Big Baby in the middle, man, playing very, very well, man. Bohannon, he's growing up before our eyes, man. I love what I see out of him. You know, really, really like what I see also from Fowler as well. So if we continue to do those things, man, and just keep the pressure on, man, we could be in great shape, man, and win this game, no problem, man. That's my final word.
All right, my quick final word is there was a great philosopher called Public Enemy, and they said, can't trust it. Din, din. Y'all remember that song, right? Can't trust it. Well, that's what I'm with Kellen Moore.
Yep.
I can't trust it right
Me
now.
too, bro.
I hear Mike McCarthy, what he's saying, but I don't trust it. I feel it what it is. I'm passionate about it right now. You're balanced with Cooper Rush, because I feel like there's underlying things that's going on, and I feel like this is going to be a problem later on down the line in this season. Just my opinion. I've already see it starting, and it looks all good now from the surface. But I feel like stuff is about to start up in the air with this back and forth stuff with this quarterback, especially if Cooper Rush keeps winning. It's going to put more pressure on Dak Prescott, and he's going to have to come in and play, like OC say, out of his mind, like a savior. And if he doesn't play good, all the noise is going to start, the talk is going to start. They already was hating on him anyway. This is going to be more fuel for the fire. So I hope and pray that the right things happen. But from what I've seen in the past, it won't. So I just hope that this defense keeps on rocking it, because that's what's going to have to kind of keep the Cowboys, along with this run game, But I'm gonna be honest with you, fellas. If we give them a final word, I'm a little concerned about this situation with this quarterback thing blowing up in the faces later on.
You ask and you shall receive. Dak Prescott said pressure is a privilege, and that's what he asked for, and that's what he's getting. So as we look at this right here, Cooper Rush continue to win. We want him to excel. We want him to continue to apply the pressure. Let me see pushing P in the chat, because that's what we need right now. I want this team to continue to advance and be who we are. We are the NFC East champs, so let's continue to be on top. We're 2-1 right now. Of course, the Eagles got that freeway right now of being 3-0. So, hey, this is a race to the top, and the Cowboys must understand that, hey, nothing is given to them. We seen how the aficionados last night tried to hose the Cowboys, so that should be an eye-opener. This team need to fight and compete, and also understand that you got to outplay the aficionados. You got to outplay the opposing teams. And then you got to understand that when Jerry Jones, whether it's to Jerry Jones, the GM, the marketer, the doctor, Jerry Jones, the owner, you got to decipher and sift through all of the BS and make sure that you're about winning the game. Don't fall into the traps of the political football. Hey, rally together. I say this all the time. The Dallas Cowboys got to be like a knot on a rope, and when the opposing forces are pulling at that, they get tighter. So that's my final word. Get tight, Cowboy Nation. Lock in. Push and pay.
Lock in. Let's go. Let's go, man. That was the final word, man.
Let's get it. Good show, man.
Let's get it.
Appreciate y'all.
Show,
Shout out to you, Slim Jenkins. Thank you for the super
Great
chat.
show. Great show.
Yeah.
Appreciate all y'all was in the building today.
Yeah.
Big crowd. Final word, baby. You know what it's about. It's the final word.
Now, is Cooper Rush Mark Bolger or he's more Kurt Warner? Which one?
Mark Bolger.
Mark Bolger. He's more of a Mark Bolger.
Mark Bolger all day.
And he came in and won 8 games straight.
He got a starting job in a big contract, and guess what?
Count that too. Count that.
He got hurt a little bit and he was out of there.
Need them ones, I need them fives.
He wasn't that guy.
I need that change to the safe. Got blues inside.
Y'all come back next week, man.
Greens and pinks, it's all the same.
Share the final word. Go to everybody's channel. Hit that like.
Charge it to the game. I'm with L, yeah, I'm with T Black, I'm with Reverend now.
Get it.
I'm with Bay, yeah, I'm with J, yeah, I'm with Chuck and now. Still the same, not switching sides, now it's about loyalty. You switch sides off for the bag, and that's worth more to me. I mix Nike with designer, I experiment.
Come on.
You just rock what's on the shelf, and I'm not feeling it. Search for the one, but baby girl, it's nothing real as this. Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer.
Call it too legit.
Independent.
I've been really in the field.
Independent life, baby.
All day, baby.